Hey everyone, this is Corey with Casual EDC, and today I'm going to be giving you my quick review of the Grimsmo Norseman. So we're going to start off with our size comparison. So I'm going to bring out the Benchmade bug out. This is a set of Titanium crossfade scales, their newest scale release, and the 84mm Victorinox Cadet. So as you can see, it's a pretty big knife. And we're going to get into the specs on this guy now. You're looking at an overall length of 8.625 inches with a blade length of 3.625, so we're well over that 3.5 inch mark. You have a tanto with a hollow grind on this. I believe it's a flat grind up near the tip here, but you definitely have that compound grind. You can see where this hollow ends. A slight recurve on this blade, actually a pretty decent recurve. You can see the starting point and the end point are pretty much the same, but it certainly does bow in, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. With a rounded tanto tip, definitely not flat, so you do have some belly. You could definitely roll along the tip in this one. Now, the biggest thing with the Grimsmo Norseman that people love about it is the action. And this is no exception, this one. You can see it drops right shut there. These are riding on ceramic bearings with a ceramic detent. And the cool thing about the detent ball on the Norseman, which I wonder if I'll be able to show this to you. Probably not. We're gonna try. I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell. But the detent ball is flat. You can kind of see it there. That little nub that's sticking up right in front of my finger, that's actually the detent. And it's flat on the Norseman. And that makes for a really nice detent and a really soft and easy close. And I say soft just because this one's a little bit tighter than it needs to be. These can absolutely be finger guillotines, as you see there, and swing shut with some force. You just hold the knife on an angle, depress the lock bar, and get your thumb out of the way, because you do not want to be caught by this blade. Speaking of the blade, we're looking at RWL34 steel, which off the top of my head, I believe is similar to the M390s and the 20CVs of the world. I know it's comparable to a certain steel. It might not be those, and if it's not, I will hopefully I'll remember to put some words on the screen now with the correct steel name. Excuse any dog barking you hear. We have 2 new puppies, and they love to bark and play with each other. But anyway, I will put the correct steel on the screen if I can figure out how to do that. And if I can't, it'll definitely be in the description below. But 3.625 inch blade with that recurve, which normally I'm not a big fan of a recurve, or a tanto for that matter, but this has always been an interesting knife, and getting the chance to try one out, I was very happy with it. You can see the CNC lines on the blade, and this is a very, very thin hollow grind in this area. I don't know if you'll be able to see just how thin this gets behind the edge. But it cuts extremely well. And this recurve is really, really good for slicing through things. Imagine you're slicing through cardboard and you pull, you're always cutting with a rounded edge. So you're not dragging through anything. Since the edge is continuously moving, it makes for really, really thin, makes for very, very quick, clean cuts due to that thin edge. Sorry about that. I sneezed right there. I'll have to cut that out. But nice thin edge from this hollow grind that made it really, really slicey. And this point up here, this tip and the secondary point are also super useful. The secondary tip here is just enough to open boxes, cut up some cardboard, and the front edge here of the tanto cuts really well, plenty thin if I'm pushing down through cardboard. This one also has a single thumb stud, which I enjoy using as deployment. Always really nice, but this is definitely a knife that you want to be using the flipper with. Just a nice feeling with that titanium handle here. Yeah, my dad yelling for the dogs to go outside. You can see this is bronze anodized here. And this is a very ergonomic handle as well. You can see the scallops up here so you can get some access to the thumb stud, but just some slight finger grooves, and that coupled with a very slight thumb ramp, you get a really, really comfortable knife in hand. And even without the thumb on the ramp, it's still really comfortable, and this clip is awesome. This clip rides really low, and it's nice and thin. It goes right in the pocket. I had no issues carrying this in jeans and in slacks. Despite being so big, it is not super heavy in the pocket. Just looking at one of these on Blade HQ, it's just shy of 5 ounces at 4.97. And honestly, I've carried a Koenig Arius before, which is about 5.6 ounces. And that felt really light, and so does this. You really don't notice it in the pocket, and it carries really well and has a really capable blade. Now, there's no secret that these are expensive knives, but they have dropped significantly in price on the secondary market. New, you're looking at like $900 to $1,000 for most Norsemans. It's not a set price necessarily because of different things they might do, like anodization or an acid stonewash on the blade, double thumb studs, things of that nature. On the secondary market, you're looking at like $600 to $800 for these, which for a very high-end CNC knife, it's actually a good price. Koenigs are going for $300-400 more than table price than retail. Regularly, a plain Arius with silver hardware is maybe $650 or $600 from Koenig, and is $950, $850 to $1,000 on the secondary market. So the Norsemans actually have some pretty good value in terms of how nice they are for what their secondary market pricing is. So if you can find one of these especially if you can find one under $6, which would be a really great deal and probably really hard to find, you should jump on one of these if you have the means. This has fully convinced me that if I ever feel like I'm just missing a knife in my collection, which I'm kind of starting to build up a collection again, this might have a place in it. And that really surprised me. I didn't think I was going to like this that much. I just thought it would be some content for you guys, and it would be cool to handle one. But having carried this for the last week, I've really gotten to know it, and I've really come to enjoy this platform a whole lot. And given the opportunity, I would love to try a Grimsmo Rask as well. Well, that's about all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I didn't say it in this one, but this was also loaned to me by a viewer and follower on Instagram, Zack. Zack, thank you so much for loaning this guy out, as well as a Civivi Fracture. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the opportunity that this gave me, and I appreciate all of you for watching. Thanks so much for the support, and take care.